Hey guys, it's me. I don't know if you have seen one of my previous videos about um, the horrible thing that happened in the building across the street from me. A lady was found raped and murdered in her third floor apartment. I do have friends that live in that building, and it just so happens they live right across the street from the lady's apartment, or right across the hall, I'm sorry, from the lady who was murdered. And ever since that happened, there have been two uniformed police officers sitting in that hallway 24/7. Um, Now, I don't know how much police officers get paid for sitting around guarding a door. I understand it's important to secure the crime scene and all that kind of stuff. But why there needs to be two there is beyond me. My friend that live in the building she was nice enough to offer them some chairs from her kitchen table. So they've been using those for about 2 weeks. Um, and they're she's a night hawk like me. We both kind of have insomnia and can't sleep unless we medicate ourselves. So I guess the police officer heard her awake at about 4 o'clock in the morning and had the audacity to knock on her door and ask her if she had a garbage bag, which would have been perfectly normal if it was at a decent time. But 4 o'clock in the morning, who does that? I mean, even if my cat's being crazy, um, like even if she could have just been getting up, getting a drink of water in the middle of the night. Um, and needless to say, it's been a little uncomfortable for them to have these two cops sitting right out front their door for 2 weeks. It would be uncomfortable for me too. They feel the need to have to explain where they're going every time they leave the apartment because I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess that's just the way we feel about the police, right? They're in a position of authority, and um, I don't know, I feel the need to explain myself to them too. I don't know, maybe it's just because my interaction with the police have usually not always been good. Even when I called them for help myself, I ended up getting into trouble, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, the worst part about this is the other day Chris opened the door. It was about 11 o'clock at night, I think. Opened his door to go out to buy some cigarettes and had to step over the torso of a police officer that decided he was going to lay down and have a little nap in the friggin' hallway. Okay? And when they told me that, I was just appalled. Like, what kind of professionalism is that? What kind of, like, what are you putting out there for us to think of the police? And, on one hand, it's kind of good for them to know that, because I would feel safe, obviously, knowing that there's a police officer sitting outside my door 24/7. But on the other hand, the other day they were gone out from really early in the morning till kind of late at night. They were babysitting for somebody, and they get back, and the one cop is like, "Oh, where have you guys been for the past 8 hours?" So they kind of feel like they're keeping tabs on them, and I wouldn't like it at all. So when they came over and told me that he had to step over this cop that was sleeping in the hallway, I was like completely appalled. I'm like, I'm writing a letter to the editor to let them know, to let the city know where our good tax dollars are going, paying these cops that are sitting in the hallway for 2 weeks eating fast food and watching DVDs on a portable DVD player, being unprofessional. Like, again, I understand the reasons why they're there. I understand they need to secure the crime scene. They need to make sure they have all of the evidence. And but anyway, my point is today is the first day that they are gone. So hooray, hooray, the popo has left. My friends can go back to living a normal life and not being afraid to, say something incriminating in their living room because you can hear them in the hallway. Um, So yeah, and hopefully this means that they're one step closer to catching the person that did this. Now, I understand that most of the time a crime like this, it's somebody who the victim knew. I mean, we live in security buildings. There wasn't, and which doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's so easy to get into a security building, but there was no sign of forced entry into her apartment. So it, kind of leads me to believe that it was somebody she knew. And of course the statistics, right? Usually crimes like that include a lot of hate and violence or personal kind of crimes. So hopefully they're one step closer to catching the person. And I told my daughter a little white lie that because of course she found out about it through the news, and I told her that they caught the person. So I'm sure the news will make a liar out of me again because she does watch the news with me. That's one thing. One thing against keeping your child informed, wanting to keep your child informed about what's going on in the world. I'm sorry, my cat is going wacko back there. Is that they find out the truths, the bad truths of the world as well. But anyway, I'm getting close to my time, so I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.